Guys, I'm stressed out. My cake. My cake isn't done. It has to be done by 5. It has to be done by 5 because I need time to get ready. Hey yo, hey yo. This is not the right mood, Quill. I'm joking. Um, my cake isn't done. And I have no more frosting. Oh, sorry. No, I'm joking. Don't worry about it. The world is burning. Ah, exactly. Ah, the cake. I'm sitting here because everyone who was home, I guess, just left me alone so I could like focus on the cake. But the problem with that is they took all the cars. And there's not a store within walking distance of me. I mean, there is, but it is 83 degrees outside right now. It's not really walking, it's like 30-minute walk, 40-minute walk. I actually think more than that. Um, it's like 83 degrees. I'm not doing that. Um, so I'm sitting here and I'm waiting for I caved and I placed a delivery order for more ingredients for my frosting. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of money, but I had to do it. It's not a waste if I'm on a time crunch. I had to do the priority. $4 extra. My heart. So now I'm just gonna pray that it gets here within an hour so I can finish this cake. Cause oh no. Oh no, oh no. Also I stayed up until 9 a.m. yesterday baking. I've had 3 hours of sleep. It'll all work out. I'm sure it will, but stop me from being stressed. Um, well, good news is the cake is all like crumb coated. So all I have to do literally is make the frosting and decorate. It's not like I'm a terrible decorator. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Also, what's funny is I made 3 cake layers and 2 layers of cheesecake because it's like cake layer, cake layer, cheesecake, cake layer. Because the cheesecake was like the cheesecake batter I used was like too much. So I had to do 2 separate. Oh my god. Oh my god. Last night. Cheesecake. When you bake it, at least the recipes I'm following, you bake it in a water bath, right? But I don't have a pan big enough for a water bath. So I just put like a roasting pot of water big enough to like cover the cheesecake on the rack underneath it. And it works just fine like that. Um and you bake it for like an hour. Okay? 55 to 75 minutes it said. So I had to bake it for an hour and then they said turn off the oven when it's done and crack the oven door ajar so that it can slowly cool down. And you need to do that for an hour. And I couldn't put the 2 cheesecakes in at the same time because I didn't have a big enough water bath to do that. So I had to do them separately, which meant 2 hours each for this cheesecake, which meant 4 hours just for the cheesecake layers to be done. And then I I go to assemble it today and it's too freaking tall. And I have to take out the second cheesecake layer anyway. It's too tall for my cake carrier. Is what it's just like I was like assembling it and I was like it looks too tall. It feels tall. Um and yeah, it was too tall. The good thing about that though is now I have a mini cake cuz like I have a cake layer and a cheesecake layer that now doesn't go on a cake. So we can just eat that. Now I have a mini cake, which is the good thing. The only good thing about that. Yeah, and then the cakes took forever because I had 2 cheesecakes. I had to make like a half batch, an extra half batch of my cake so I could do the layers, and then whoop de do, I don't need it, and then yeah. But because of all my mess ups, I did taste a little bit of the cake. It's a pretty good cake. Like the cheesecake isn't my favorite. I think I'll follow a different recipe next time because I'm not a huge fan of the way the cheesecake turned out. It's good, but it's not like something. It's not perfect. Also, still coughing. Oh my god, when I'm making these cakes, just so like I don't get any coughing, like so I don't cough all over the cake or like sneeze all over the cake. I have, like cough drops in, like as I'm baking, and oh my god, I can't taste anything. Oh, I was supposed to order food. I was like, I'm gonna order, like, I've ordered my delivery item because, like, I was frantically, like, downloading Uber Eats, being like, okay, I gotta log in, gotta download, gotta do the thing. And then, because it's been forever since I had it, because I took it off because I'm bad with delivery food. And I know myself, so I uninstalled it from my phone. But because it's been forever since I used this thing, they gave me a 50% off. And I was like, you know what? I haven't eaten today. I'm gonna use it. So now I gotta figure out what to eat. What do we eat? We could do sushi, burgers, Mexican. I'm gonna have pizza later, I think. So I won't do pizza. I love pizza though. Get ramen. Good news though. My jaw no longer hurts. Um, a quick little nap, I guess, and a couple hours later, my jaw's not hurting anymore. So yay, yay, that's good. Hey, good news at last. Good to hear. Yeah. All things considered, it's not really like I don't. It's not that bad. It's just a little stressed. um, I just need this cake to be good because for once, it's not just my family eating it. It's gonna be because it's for my stepsister's birthday, so it'll be like her extended family, and I just need this to be good so I can brag, so that I can look better. No, but seriously, I just like I want it to be a good cake, so I'm just a little the tiniest bit stressed. Um, it tastes fantastic though, and it's red velvet. But I was like, you know what? The decoration I want to do. Oh, let me bring up the pictures. Actually, I have pictures. Um, of how I want to decorate it, the cake, because I can't really pipe. Like I need to practice it, right? So I was looking for like simple ways to decorate this cake, and I found a couple pictures that I really like. Um, Let me just save them really quickly. Okay, here we go. So this is how I wanted to. This is the first picture I found, and I was like, "Ooh, this is super simple. I could probably do this." And like I've done this little, like you take the spatula and you like spin the turntable, and you just make a little ridge effect. Um, and then these are just like a small piping tip, like swirl tip, and then a leaf tip. And I was like, I could possibly do this. I'm not 100% sure on the flowers, right? That isn't too hard. I was like, I don't know if it's the vibe. So then I found this one, and I'm more leaning towards this one, the little hearts. It's like, ooh, the red hearts would look good with the red velvet cake, right? I was like, this is really cute. This is super simple. I would say I'm between that one and this one. This one's my favorite. I just it requires a little bit more piping um than I feel possible. but it's really cute. I love the ribbons on it. I'm a big fan of the ribbons all around. Does look nice though? Yeah. This one's very I like this one a lot. But this other one, I like when you have the unfinished edges, on cakes. I'm a I'm a big fan of the unfinished edges, but I like the ribbons. And I don't know how to incorporate the ribbons with unfinished edges. So I feel like I might try this one if I can pipe it. If not, I'll just go with this one. Um I got the ribbon just in case. I could. Oh, and some of the pictures I had, I don't have them saved, but they had like a little like red or like pink like ombre-ish spot in the center of the cake. And I was like, ooh, if I do the unfinished edges, maybe instead of ribbons, I can do like this little um pink hearts and like a little ombre like pastel pink center. It looks really cute. I don't have it saved, but just trust, trust me. Mm, so, but I was practicing piping while I was like, doing the crunch, like stacking all my cakes and stuff. And so I'm like, maybe I can do the border. Maybe. One thing I really like though, cake decoration wise, uh I love the maximalist like ruffles and like the lots of piping. I think it's like vintage cake. I love those so much. They're so cute to me. I'm not a huge fan of the heart ones. Like I don't really care. But I've seen a couple like moons and things and like different shaped cakes. I'm a fan. What the frick? McDonald's has a special edition gold burger? What in the world? No. That's crazy. Why did they make it look so why did they make it look so like special edition gold in the black background? What is going on? Hmm. I should probably do this place since it's like the quickest delivery fee. The quickest for delivery. What do I get though? Hmm. 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 Ooh, wait. Is it lunch? Can I do the lunch menu? Sorry, I'm ordering food. I should really do this often, but like I'm gonna order food. Ooh, okay, yeah, they do have the lunch stuff. Ah, 1854 even on lunch sale? What? It's fine, I have a 50% off. It's fine, I have a 50% off. It's okay. No salad, extra soup. Ooh. Um, just said two rolls. I'm hungry. I'm so hungry. You know, you should really eat more than one meal a day, cause I'm really hungry. I'm feeling. Mm. One thing I hate. This just like popped up because I saw it like thing. When you do like the free trial subscriptions, why? Why do they need my credit card? You know, I don't like that. I know why they do. I get why they do because then you forget to cancel and then you pay the money, blah blah blah. But I feel like I feel like it's just like it's smarter like to just like be like, "Oh, people will like that, you don't have to put your card in and blah blah blah." Not even that, they just want it for data collection. Why do they want Okay, why are corporations so big on data? Like, is it really such a lucrative industry? If a trial requires that, I say nah, no thanks. That's fair. I would agree. Yeah, it really is. Damn, I didn't know. Like, okay, at this point, like Google has everything, Amazon has everything. Like every site has everything. So why is it so lucrative? Is what like has always like been my question. You know, it's like I don't know why it makes so much money when every site could just basically have most of the data and info. No, there's a whole like honey. Wasn't the honey subscription? They did some stuff with data. I know their main thing was stealing commissions from creators, like people who had like links, right? They stole like the link thing. Um, but they also did something with data. PayPal too. PayPal too. Why is that? That should not be a notification on my computer. Enough. Yeah. Okay. Now I sit and we wait. Damn, that was expensive. Are coupons not coupons anymore? It's not okay, but it's okay. Wait, why was it so expensive? Let me see the receipt. See, this is why I don't do delivery anymore. I just tell myself if I really want food, I'll go get it. It's just not worth it. Man, while you're just waiting, waiting how I played out on the day I had to leave. Wild. Anyway, I've been lots of people have been talking about Silent Hill F, and I've like had to like I don't even realize they're talking about that game because I just start reading like a tweet or something, and I'm like, wait, this is this is about Silent Hill, and I have to like scroll past because they just like no warning, no nothing. They're just talking about it. I've seen like fan art, and then people like quote it, and talk about the way, and blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just so prevalent. I have to be extra careful online because I don't think I'm gonna get to play that anytime soon. But I do want to. Everything about it seems very up my alley. I was like seeing cover art of it, and it's so cool. Let me see if I can find it. Like there's a cover art of her with um like flowers on her face. Like, well, the flowers on her face is like the regular one. I want to see. There's like a specific one where like her face was kind of morphed. Someone talked about it, and I didn't like read it fully or save it because I didn't want to be spoiled. I think I mentioned it before, but Maine's pro tag VA is Fuka's VA from Real. Oh, nice. That's so cool. The Fook returns in a horror game. Ah, I found it, but I don't know where that is. I don't know where like just the picture of it is. That's fan art. I can't find it, but her face is basically you can't tell her Fuka Hill. The cover art that I saw is super cool. Is like there's like flowers around her face, right, like normal, but her face itself is like it's like cavities. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like a void, a bunch of different like um. I feel like cavities is the best way to like a cavernous almost. I'm trying to find it. Oh, different variations. Here, this is the one I'm talking about. Let me bring it up. See, okay, this is like the promotional, right? But what I want to see is poster side A. This is really cool. I don't know any of the meaning, right? This is like a blurry picture because I couldn't find the right one. But poster side A, that's awesome. I love that. I love that so much. That looks so cool. Oh, Monday sneezing. Monday, you okay? You just had like four sneezes back to back. You just, achoo, achoo. Now he's staring at me. Ooh, the target order is almost here. Oh my god. Priority really is priority. Monday. Monday. You guys can't see him. He's all for me. All for me. You guys don't get Monday pictures. Here, I took pictures of him, so I'll show you him. You get to see him. Just once. I have so many images to go back and delete. I'm saving my computer. This is Monday, right now. That's what he looks like. He just gave me this side eye. As soon as I took a picture of him, he just gave me this side eye. Yeah, it's a little bit better. They're not great because I just took them randomly. But he's chilling. He's sleeping. He's comfy. He's having a grand old time. Like, what the fuck you staring at? Exactly. That's his favorite face to pull. Whenever I just look at him randomly, he's just like, "What's up?" He's so stupid. He's so stupid. That's my Monday. Oh my goodness. Maybe the 3 hours of sleep will get to me. But yeah, I was up like all last night till like 9 a.m. and I was just listening to true crime. As I was making this cake, I just got my iPad out. I put it on my phone stand in front of me while I was like, doing all the stuff and just listening, just watching a true crime YouTube video. More of the family vlogger one. And it is so wild. I don't understand. I didn't finish. It's a 4-part series apparently, not 3, 4 parts. And I didn't finish the 4th episode. So now I need to go finish that. But it is so wild and I feel like so bad, but just the ways that people I think one of the most interesting things about me, like why I like watching like true crime stuff sometimes, is because the ways people justify themselves is very interesting, right? That aspect of it intrigues me because I'm for myself, like I can't like. Did you ever watch the Daryl Book one from a channel called Matt Orchid? Oh, I did not watch that. No, I usually only watch like Rotten Mango. I'm the type of person that if I find a channel I like for something, I stick with it. That one. But I will make a mental note. I shall make a note to look that one up because if you say it's pure insanity, that must mean it's interesting. No, that's fair. I'm the same. Yeah. I like if I like find like a niche thing, I like watch one channel only. You know, my true crime fascination came from JCS, Matt Orchid mostly. See, I think the reason why I don't like the JCS ones specifically is because I'm not a huge fan of like seeing like the court proceedings. I kind of like the story, and Rotten Mango is very good at giving me like a great story. She's a great storyteller. Like Stephanie Sue, she's an amazing storyteller, and she's very good at like mm, the visualization, the picturing of it, while it's still including like some of the court stuff and some of the like she quotes it, and I don't. Sometimes seeing the people like in the videos is a little too much. It's like this vlogger, the family vlogger one. I see a lot of Ruby Frankie. That's like who I'm watching this, right? And it is so unnerving every time she's on screen. And she's like, it's not a lot of clips, right? But it is still like, if I were to watch something where they like mostly showed like the court stuff or like the police stuff, I'd be like, it just, I guess it just makes it feel a lot more real in my head. Darrell Brooks one is all about court, but it's still really entertaining. It's all about this dude defending himself in court and doing the worst possible job at it. Imagine being your own lawyer and getting ejected from the court multiple times. That's crazy. They did he just like insist? They were like, dude, please. For my sake, for my sanity, let me give you an attorney. Or did he just like insist? Cuz I imagine that judge must have like had a field day. Yeah, the court stuff, like, I don't know, something about it just like if I watch too much, like if I see too much of it, it really does like unnerve me in a way. I don't know why. I also just have like um I didn't personally go through anything, but this is gonna be like very like vague, but um my mom and my dad split up, right? And there was a whole bunch of like lawyer court proceedings, stuff like that. And I didn't like see a lot of it, but just, the feeling, like all this stuff, it kind of brings me back to like that moment when I'm like 13, having to like listen to my mom on the phone with the lawyers, having to hear like the judge stuff, having to hear like all these court proceedings cases. It's like it's a way that like it just I feel weird. There's a scene that makes me genuinely crack up. The judge puts him in another courtroom and he's basically following the trial via video in another room and he holds up a sign saying, "No way. No way. No way. There's no way." Oh, I need to watch this now. you've you've intrigued me. No word of a lie? Okay, I do like seeing the court stuff where the people are just like digging themselves into a hole because it's like bad people are so stupid. Bad people are so fucking dumb. And thank God because I feel like the I was talking about like the justification stuff, like how they justify it in in their heads, like that's very interesting. But that's crazy. Yeah, that's what it is. At one point the prosecution helps him not incriminate himself even further. Oh my god. How long is it? Do you think I can watch it on the stream? Maybe one of these days we watch it on stream. Maybe tomorrow. It's quite long, mine. Ooh, okay. The Daryl Brooks show. Hour 20 minutes. Oh, easy. You gotta understand. The true crime, the Ruby Frankie one that I was watching, and Jodie Hildebrandt is like like the two people involved in it. Matt Orchard, Crime and Society. That one is like a four-part series, and each one is like an hour something long. Matt Orchard's voice is also sublime. He's from New Zealand, I think. Here, I'll put this in the watch later, and maybe we can watch it later because I don't have much time today. Like otherwise, I would just like we just watch it today. Because as soon as like the stuff gets here, well, actually, I have food on the way, so maybe I can eat and watch, eat and watch. Oh, speaking of which, delivery came. Enjoy, Gabriella, while I go grab food. Well, not food. Delivery order. Paid so much money for this. God damn it. My food's estimated arrival time is 3:32. Ooh. Ow. Ow. That's only 20 minutes, actually. Matt Orchard's voice is also sublime. He's from New Zealand. Oh yeah, you said that. You know what? Why not just start it today? Well, why don't we just start this thing now? I have to wait 30 minutes for my food, and 30 minutes after my food gets here to eat it and watch. Sounds pretty good. Here you go. Let's watch. Let's do a React Andy moment, shall we?
He's not sure about signing up to the Patreon, but I'm sure we can all come. You want me to pay for something I'm gonna get for free in a week tops anyway? Well, there's
I'll let
also
him promote.
bonuses. And what
Go
would
ahead,
those
King.
be? Creator commentaries?
I saw
And
someone
what
call
is
this
the
ethical
value in
reacting,
those?
where you don't skip the ads. And I was like, that's funny. I like that. I don't know what show this is from. More dangerous than ignorance. Beware of false knowledge. Is more dangerous than ignorance.
But we told you he's an Article 4 free inhabitant, so he does not have to have a license. This is on recording.
The video you're watching right now was uploaded to YouTube on May 27th of 2013, along with the title Illegal Arrest. The identities of the parties involved remain unknown, so we'll assign the officer the name
Sorry,
Officer
Monday was
Steve.
being a menace. I had
As
to go
to
grab
our
him.
heroine filming from the passenger seat, we'll just go with some chick.
Most likely
No!
safety because I got a lot going on with this article.
I don't think Rotten Mango has it either. I just know her
Article 4,
voice.
free inhabitant pursuant
So he's
to the
studying in
Articles of
Philadelphia or however the fuck you
Confederation.
spell
You
it?
can look
I
it up.
see.
It's in the United States Book of Codes. It is your laws you have to follow.
And with that declaration, this chick has just raised a very interesting question. One that cuts to the heart of how any society you could think to name operates. All countries and jurisdictions have laws of their lands and rights bestowed upon the people that reside within those lands. But virtually no law or right can be 100% absolute, as the chaotic nature of life will from time to time present a scenario where certain laws and or rights come into conflict with one another. So the question here is, what happens when the laws that exist within a given jurisdiction come into conflict with the laws and rights that exist within someone's imagination?
I have one detained for 12,500.
What's happening?
Article 4. No, Article 4
What?
free inhabitant. It's different.
So what is an Article 4 free inhabitant supposed to be exactly?
What are they
well,
saying?
The Article 4 part is a reference to the Articles of Confederation, which this chick mentioned a moment ago. Ratified in 1781 when the United States was comprised of 13 colonies, Article 4 lays out how, quote, free inhabitants of each state shall be entitled to all privileges and immunities
There's
of free
no
citizens
way.
in the several states, and the people of each state shall have free ingress and regress to and from any other state, and shall enjoy therein all the privileges of trade and commerce. What that means in layman's terms is if you were a resident of South Carolina, for example, and you travelled to North Carolina to conduct business, you would immediately be granted all of the same privileges and protections afforded to North Carolinians. Now, driver's licenses weren't really a thing back then, but let's say they were and South Carolina didn't see a need for them while North Carolina did. Article 4 wouldn't dictate you as a South Carolinian were free to roam North Carolina's lands in your 1780 Chevy without having to carry the appropriate
I swear to God, I feel like I
paperwork, as
blinked
Article
and
4
I'm
also
lost.
states that you as a free inhabitant of South Carolina were still, quote, subject to the same duties, impositions and restrictions as the inhabitants of whatever state you may be visiting at any given time. As it happens, the Articles of Confederation are completely redundant anyway, as they were replaced by the United States Constitution in 1789. But this chick and others like her seem to think the
Wait, there's
Articles
just
of
background info on a
Confederation
certain
trump the
aspect of Brooks'
Constitution,
defense.
presumably
I see.
because they came first, even though this is literally the opposite of how
I just can't believe someone would actually like reference the Articles of Confederation
the meaning of the archaic document they're citing, even if
in front of a police officer. Like,
Okay.
Article 4, free inhabitant pursuant to the Articles of
Put the
Confederation.
camera down for me. Is that if it records, that's fine. But I don't want you holding anything.
No weapons, no weapons. All right, no.
Okay. So what I'm going to ask you to do is the same thing.
I get out of the car?
Yes.
No, I'm not getting out of the car.
All
You
right.
can go get your superior.
Well, I am going to tow this car, and you cannot be in the vehicle while I'm towing this vehicle.
Well, if you go get your superior,
That's not
he'll
gonna happen right
clarify that he can be set free because he does not
That's
have
not
to have
going
a
to
license.
happen right now, young lady.
Demanding a superior is a common play among free inhabitants, or sovereign citizens as they're more commonly known.
why does every dumb person talk the same? She's like, go get your superior, and I'm just hearing in my head, go get your manager. Like, what's happening? Girl, what's happening?
Among the public and law enforcement professionals.
I
And for many
just
of
didn't
them,
think
isn't
anyone could
just
be
a
this
stalling
stupid.
tactic, but rather comes from a genuine belief grounded in a
Yeah, I mean, it's the same
conspiratorial
thing,
worldview.
really. It really is
That
the
is, not
fucking
only is
same.
their understanding that they have virtually unfettered rights, coupled with more or less no responsibilities, correct. But the fact they're correct is something higher-ups like sheriffs, judges, and elected officials know and fear. A sovereign citizen handbook called Title 4 Flag Says Your Schwag even goes as far as recommending you call 911 to request a US Marshal for a citizen's arrest in the event you're encountered by a police officer belligerent enough to keep insisting you produce a driver's license after being informed of your exemption from such laws.
So either you're going to come out of the car on your own free will, or I'm going to assist you.
I'm going to get out of the car and walk down to that house.
No.
Many sovereigns would regard agreeing to get out of the car as a rookie mistake. Most of them aren't even big fans of rolling the window all the way down, though that's obviously a moot point in this case. Anyway, this chick has obviously taken a give a little to get along approach, which some sovereigns will opt for in the event their initial script doesn't work, which is always. Officer Steve clearly isn't too hot on the idea of letting some chick he's just pulled over wander off to a nearby house without so much as identifying her, but let's see if she can turn him around with some further education.
You are not free to leave right now.
I feel like I'm
are
watching
you saying
one
you
of
have
those like
authority over
top
me?
10
Yes, I do.
dumbest
You have authority
encounters
over
with
me.
the
Yes, I do.
police
How did you
officer,
do
like
that?
top
County
10
of
dumbest
Imperial
like
through the sheriff.
defenses.
You do not have authority over human
All
being
right,
over
well,
a free
you know what?
inhabitant.
Do you want to argue the point?
You need to go look up your
I don't
laws.
have to look at anything right now. What I need to do is get you out of the
Wrong
vehicle. If you have
constitution.
identification, please hand the identification over to me.
No,
Identify yourself to me.
and I'm not going to step out of the vehicle.
Where are you a citizen of?
I am not a U.S. citizen.
Well, see, that's
I
where
am
you're
a free
mistaken.
inhabitant. I am of
That's
the
where
earth. I do not belong to any corporation. I do not
That's-
belong to any country.
but as
No.
long-
This is the brilliance at the core of sovereign citizenship. Not only are they not citizens of the United States, they're not citizens of any country or jurisdiction whatsoever. So if they can just get off the hook with Uncle Sam, they won't be beholden to any rules of any kind anywhere.
A free inhabitant they are allowed to. They're free people. They have all of the rights of a U.S. citizen without following any of their laws.
Well, that would just be pure anarchy
No,
if that were the case.
No, Officer Steve's still not getting it. Hopefully this whole thing can be resolved peacefully.
Because
So I'm
we're
gonna have
peaceful
you step
people.
out of the
We're
vehicle
peaceful
for me, please.
people. I'm gonna get out of the vehicle and I'm going to walk down to that
I'm like
house
tempted to
because
put
I
on
do
2
not have
times
authority
speed
over
because
it.
I can't
I'll
like,
get out of the vehicle for you.
I don't want to hear her.
Didn't, Mama?
I can't.
Following
I just,
commands in a leisurely manner
my faith in
conveys to
humanity
Officer Steve
can't go
this
down
chick is
any more than
still
it
in
already
control.
is.
Smart.
All right, well, you're not free to leave. You're
No,
going to take the bag off.
no,
You're
I'm
going
not.
to take the bag off.
No, I'm not.
Relax your...
Hey,
Ooh,
this
ooh.
is you're raping me. This is rape.
Relax
This is
your-
rape. This is rape.
She's never mentioned it again.
Although the physical position of both subjects is not caught on camera at this moment, and would like to give our heroine the benefit of the doubt, based on the two subjects' visible silhouettes from 3 seconds ago, this seems to be a frivolous accusation. But not one without a purpose. In Title 4 Flag Says Your Schwag, crying out in pain and describing the actions taking place to your recorder is encouraged should the officer become, quote, violent.
Stop fighting.
All right, I'm not fighting. Here, I'm lifting my arm up. I'm lifting my arm up.
your arm right
It
there.
hurt. Okay, I told you what I was doing.
This is pain compliance, okay? It's not meant to be comfortable. Relax.
I'm relaxed. You got my bag! You got my bag! You're gonna get in so much trouble, you son of a bitch! You don't know your own laws.
Relax, young
You
lady.
don't know your own laws.
Relax, young lady. Calm down.
You're illegally doing this. I told you I was a free inhabitant.
You're under arrest.
No, I'm not. Give me my stuff.
Relax.
You son of a bitch! Give me my fucking stuff! You fucking asshole!
You need to calm down.
You need to fucking learn your goddamn job because you don't know your fucking laws!
Okay.
Fuck you! You stupid son of a bitch! You don't know what you're fucking doing! You're gonna get fucking in trouble! You don't know what you're fucking doing! This is against the law! You need to follow your own fucking laws!
Whoa, that escalated a lot.
And we'll never know for sure
Um,
why exactly Officer Steve didn't believe that chick. What became of her in the end?
That poor
or if the
camera.
arguments ever wound up prevailing in a court
You
of
know,
law. But our guess is they
good for the
probably
camera.
didn't, based on
Yeah.
the fact there has never been a recorded instance of such
I didn't wanna
arguments
see
or
what
anything
happened.
like them prevailing in
That
any
was
court in
crazy.
the entire history of planet Earth. But a non-existent track record
That was
of
wild.
success hasn't seemed to deter adherents of sovereign ideology from their beliefs. In fact, the movement has only grown since its early conception in the 1970s, when it was mainly associated with white nationalist groups. Because as it turns out, harebrained theories favour no race, colour or creed, and the notion that the most basic of laws don't actually apply to you because of some obscure loophole only you and a select group of fellow travellers are smart enough to understand, appeals not only to racial separatists of many shades, but also individuals free of such prejudices. Which brings us to the present day, where the majority of the time, if you come into contact with a sovereign, it probably won't be someone with ambitions as grand as establishing a new country for their people, but rather just intent on flouting whatever rules, no matter how innocuous, they feel are being unjustly imposed upon them at any given time. Douchebags, basically. And douchebagesses, of course.
I'm getting mama.
And it doesn't seem like they spend a lot of time watching captured footage of one another's interactions, because they appear to be invariably cocky, in spite of the fact that countless encounters that
Okay,
have
I
come
forgot what the
before
name
have been
of
documented as
what this
not
group is
ending well.
called.
Please step aside. I'm going.
I've never heard of this in my
Don't
life.
touch me. Let the record show that you just battered me. Step back. And you're using.
Oh,
Please. You know what? You guys are really overstepping your bounds right now.
Put the cuffs on him.
Thankfully, a good old tasing tends to be about as severe as things get
Oh.
when sovereigns stand their ground.
Sovereign
And usually
citizens or
things
something like
de-escalate
that?
well before that, if the officer is skilled enough to communicate
Oh,
a sufficient
okay.
degree of indifference.
good to know, I guess.
To cause all this?
Was it worth risking
Can you go to 3?
to be sent to the back of the
You're
bus?
you're not Rosa Parks, man.
So you don't care to identify the people that
No,
are
not at all.
trying
That's
to
just I'm
trespass
just a
you?
bad cop that way.
So you're a bad cop.
There's no way. He just tried to compare himself to Rosa Parks. I did not hear that correctly. There's no fucking way.
Yep, I'm just a bad cop. I do bad investigations.
But unfortunately, every once in a while, when a sovereign holds
He
their
did.
convictions deeply enough, things can turn deadly.
They killed both cops. They shot one, he fell in the ditch. The other one ran behind the car, and they shot him in the hand.
This is a special
The case
kind
we're
of
covering
stupid.
today is actually not
This
such
is
instance,
crazy.
though the incident at the heart of it was no doubt deadly. As you likely already
This is
know,
wild.
it took
Okay.
place on November
I see why you
21st,
recommended this
2021,
one.
when a man rammed his Ford Escape SUV through a crowd of people gathered at the Waukesha
Trust me,
Christmas
this is the tip of the
Parade in
iceberg of
Waukesha,
this video. Oh
Wisconsin,
my god.
injuring 62 people and killing 6.
Oh, I
including
missed
an
this.
8-year-old
Oh my
boy
God.
named Jackson Sparks. The man's name was Darrell Brooks, or Darrell Brooks, depending on who's saying it. But seeing as Mr. Brooks claims to not identify with his name, we'll just stick with the more common pronunciation to keep things simple. There is no evidence Darrell Brooks' attack was motivated by sovereign
Tip of
ideology,
the iceberg
and
is
while
crazy.
some have suggested or insinuated that it was a racially motivated attack, based on violent sentiments against whites that Brooks had previously expressed on social media,
Excuse me.
there's little if
Sorry.
anything to support that, beyond the existence of aforementioned sentiments. By all appearances, the attack was motivated, for lack of a better word, by a heated argument Brooks had with a woman named Erica Patterson, the estranged mother of his 15-year-old daughter. The two had been arguing during the day via phone messages, and that afternoon Brooks drove his Ford Escape to Frame Park, just a block or so away from the parade route, to meet Patterson, who agreed to get in the car with him. The two drove around for a short time, during which an altercation broke out in the car. Brooks hit Patterson in the face, and she got out of the SUV. Brooks then continued following her in his car, culminating in a scuffle outside of White Rock School, with Patterson and her friends Corey Runkle and Nick Kirby, who Patterson had called to come help her after being hit by Brooks. The confrontation did not last long before Brooks got back in his car and drove off, with the attack commencing a matter of minutes later. If it doesn't make any sense to you that an act this brutal could really stem from something like rage over a domestic, that's perfectly understandable. But all available evidence points toward that senseless explanation. And as you'll soon see, doing and saying things that don't make sense isn't exactly out of character for Daryl Brooks.
Yeah, I'm gonna put
Sir,
myself
my
on this
concern
side
here today is there's a request
because I'm like
from
looking
your
this way.
attorneys
It looks better.
to withdraw from this case. Do you wish to represent yourself in this case?
Yes, I do. I would like to represent myself pro per.
What does that mean to you, sir?
To represent myself as a sovereign citizen.
I'm not going to make a determination, sir, whether you're a sovereign citizen or not. It's not relevant to my determination how you
The madness
characterize
begins
who you
now.
are,
Oh, God.
other than you are accused of 77 counts, which I will go through momentarily. You have two very capable attorneys that have been with you from the beginning. You understand that, right?
No, I do not understand that.
So if you are allowed to represent yourself in this case, sir,
That was the
you will not
politest way to
have
put that.
attorneys
Oh
assisting
my
you.
God.
If I let them withdraw, they are gone from this case. Do you understand that?
I think I will probably be better served representing myself.
This channel has gone over how virtually no one, under any circumstance, is better served representing themselves before. But there's not much point in rehashing the particulars of why
This judge is both
self-representation is
savage
a bad
as
idea
AF
today,
and has the patience of a
because given
saint.
the
I can tell.
ironclad nature of the
One of
evidence
those.
against Daryl Brooks, competent defense attorneys are essentially rendered obsolete.
I feel like to be a
quick
judge,
sampling
you
of
have
said
to have
evidence.
so much
He was
patience.
captured on video
Like-
getting into the Ford Escape and heading toward the parade route. He was again captured
Because
on
most of the
video
time,
in
you're
the
dealing with,
driver's
like,
seat
I
of
think
the Ford
civil
Escape
cases,
as
right?
the
Well,
attack
I
was
guess there's
taking
different types of
place.
judge for different
The
things.
Ford Escape was
like
found
for
a
different
short time later
types of
with its
crimes,
front
but
completely mangled and riddled with bullets fired at it during
it's
the
just
attack.
like,
It
you
was
really do,
confirmed
yeah.
to be registered under Brooks' mother's name. Daryl Brooks was apprehended mere blocks from where the Ford Escape was found. So while it's true pretty much anyone's odds of getting off will be many times greater with effective counsel, you can't multiply a zero. And the only way any jury would acquit a person under these sorts of circumstances would be if they were doing so just for kicks, which lawyers
I've
aren't
never
allowed
seen,
to ask for, just in case you were wondering.
that outfit,
In fact, Brooks has perhaps the only
like the
valid
padded,
reason for going the route of self-representation.
dress
That
thing.
is, he
I've
wants
never
to
seen
present
that before.
arguments that no attorney with the rest of their career ahead of them would be caught dead making in a court of law. Like this one, for instance.
Oh, no.
I need clarification on how the state of Wisconsin can be a plaintiff, because that would essentially mean that the state of Wisconsin is the injured party. How could the state be a
Oh my God. 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 I was like, did I hear him correctly? And then he repeated it, and I was like, no. No. This is just the start. What are you making me watch?
injured party?
The case title in no way implies that the state of Wisconsin is an injured party in the matter. If that were the case, it would be so for every single criminal case in the United States, as all criminal cases are initiated by the government. A person can seek damages from another in relation to a criminal act that person committed, and that case would be titled Doe v. Brooks.
I just don't get how you asked that question. Like, that is taught in, like, like at least, like bare minimum, you learn that in freaking like 8th grade, but you know that before then, right? Like you know how plaintiffs and defendants work. Okay.
But it would be a
It's okay.
civil
I'm
case,
gonna keep
not a
I'm gonna keep
criminal
watching.
one.
I'm gonna keep
If you're facing prison, it's always the state you're up against. And Brooks' raising of this complete
because the
non-starter
state
issue
is the one
is
with the
not
power
merely an embarrassing
to
instance
imprison.
of him being caught
Anyway,
woefully undereducated and comically ill-prepared, but rather one of the central planks of his entire defense case.
I still go back to the question I asked. I don't understand how they can represent an injured party. How can the state of Wisconsin?
Sir, this is a legitimate case, and I'm not going to make a mockery by you asking that question.
oh, thank God she's. Oh my God, this judge is great.
About whether you're a sovereign citizen or not, or even whether you have any understanding
She's standing on business
of how the state is a plaintiff in this case. You have demonstrated through this hearing that you don't have a basic understanding of some of the things that are going on. So I'm going to give you time to consider this request, talk with your attorneys more because they still represent you. They have not been discharged in this case.
But of course, Brooks did not have a change of heart. His attorneys were discharged, and from there the court...
The attorneys are probably like,
presiding
thank
Judge Jennifer
fucking
Dora
God.
to deal not
I'm
just
so
with an
sorry,
onslaught of
Judge,
baseless
whatever
legal
your name is,
theories,
but I'm out of here.
belligerent, so unrelenting that it is at times surreal to witness taking place in a setting as formal as a courtroom. As just one example, Brooks's supposed concern that he may have contracted COVID.
I can't taste anything. That's what said, okay, now I need to put the medical sick
When did
card
you
slip
report
in.
these symptoms to the medical people or to even just a correctional officer?
Yeah, COVID, remember that? I do.
A few days ago.
Let me ask Attorney Opper if there's anything you would want to provide or state at this time regarding this request.
Yes, Your Honor,
I
a
do
couple
remember.
of things. Number one, we believe this is nothing more than a further delay tactic by Mr. Brooks. I can advise the court, as an officer of the court and as an offer of proof, that he is...
How could
Mr.
that
Brooks, did
how
you
could that
hear
even
Attorney Opper interrupt you when you were talking?
well I respectfully object to
You
that.
can object, your objection's noted, but you need to let her state what she needs to state. I will give you an opportunity to respond. I'd encourage you to use paper and a pen.
It is not ridiculous. During pre-trial, there doesn't tend to even be formal objection raising. Rather, each party will simply make their case on certain issues, one after the other, and the judge will make rulings. But even during trial, if you raise an objection and the judge overrules it, you're expected to respect that ruling and save any contentions you might have with it for a future appeal should you or your client be convicted. Brooks's flouting of this custom will be a prominent running theme of the trial.
Go ahead, Attorney Opper.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, again, we believe this is a delay tactic. I can advise the court, as an officer of the court, that Mr. Brooks has been saying for the last several weeks.
This is what we
in his
spend
reported jail calls to
taxpayer
his
dollars
mother
on.
and others that
Well,
he's going to get this trial
but
delayed
like,
or adjourned or pushed
for-
back. Certainly, the court's
So many
offer
cases
to-
get delayed, and it takes so long for, you know, the justice like system to do anything. And then you have people like this that just willfully do this. And that's crazy. To be fair, Matt explains later why they are so patient with this case, and it makes complete sense. I have no doubt that there is a reason. Like, they're letting him speak, they're letting him defend himself, when I feel like most judges would have been like, you know, like, no, blah, blah, blah. Like, they would have, like, found a reason for him to not continue. But I'm sure there's a reason why. But I just, like, in my head, I just can't, like, get past the thought of, like, so many, like, criminal trials, civil cases, like, just, the courts take forever to do their stuff. And just to spend it on this. It is crazy. But anyway, let's continue.
Respectfully object to that because that has no merit.
Mr. Brooks, it's not
she's
your
saying,
time
no,
to speak.
No, I respectfully object. She's saying she has jail phone calls. Well, why aren't they present? Why can't they be verified by sworn affidavit and brought into this court?
Also, why is he
Mr.
standing
Brooks, I've
like
given you
that?
a little bit of leeway because we are outside the presence of the jury.
I haven't verification.
Mr. Brooks, I'm going to warn you now that you have interrupted a couple of times.
No, because that's
so he's outright refusing to listen. He's outright talking over me at the moment.
You're not sitting, my guy. So maybe start by sitting.
We're at the point where I will put you in the other courtroom because you are not able.
I don't consent to being removed. I have not waived the right to be present, and I don't agree with that.
This court decided that under the circumstances to remove Mr. Brooks from the courtroom and to continue the trial in his absence until and unless he promised to conduct himself in a manner befitting an American courtroom, that this is the proper response to his conduct. I am going to unmute Mr. Brooks. He can object. However,
that's crazy. All right.
Unmute for that objection process would be that he say, I object. He provide a basis. I oftentimes give parties, give me one word. Is it hearsay? Is it, calls for speculation? Is it irrelevant?
It may be no coincidence that once the actual trial gets underway,
The actual trial hasn't even
about
started
every
yet.
time Brooks objects, he will offer one of the 3 examples Judge Dorrow just gave as the basis for that objection, almost always misapplying it.
Is your squad marked or unmarked?
Objection irrelevant.
It's relevant.
Is it a reliable method of performing DNA analysis?
Objection speculative.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
Are you able to see the driver of the vehicle in this screenshot, sir?
Objection hearsay.
Overruled.
What did you observe
Hearsay.
the path of travel for the SUV to be?
Objection, that's hearsay.
Mr. Brooks, it's not hearsay. Your objection is overruled. You may answer.
What was the driver doing as it passed you?
Objection irrelevant.
As he passed you, I should say.
Overruled.
Objection, I do not consent to being called he.
Do you see that person in the courtroom today? Yes.
Objection is hearsay. He's speaking as a first eye-hand witness.
Overruled.
Objection speculative.
It's not speculative. Overruled. The witness may answer.
Objection hearsay.
It's not hearsay.
I mean, yeah, you overrule every objection.
And the jury will disregard the additional commentary made by Mr. Brooks at this time.
Judicial misconduct at his findings.
Can you describe the difference, if any, between Mr. Brooks' appearance today and his appearance on November 21st?
Objection, hearsay, and speculative.
How many objections?
Those things, the objection is overruled. The witness may answer.
Objection is irrelevant.
It is relevant.
How many times is he going to say objection, hearsay, objection, irrelevant, when it is clearly relevant and clearly not hearsay? Oh my God. You're just saying words. He's just saying words.
He's got very short hair right now, and he didn't then.
Is that what Darrell Brooks looked like as he drove past you just a block or two earlier?
Objection. I do not consent to being called that name. I do not know anyone by that name, nor do I agree to being called that name. And it's hearsay.
It's not hearsay. Your objection's overruled.
You get the idea. But what was that objection to his name all about? Well, this is another central plank of Brooks's defense, one he made a point of leading with at the beginning of each day's proceedings.
The defendant, Darrell Brooks, appears in person in custody. He's also wearing a mask.
I object to that, Your Honor. I do not identify by that name and would like the opportunity to state that I'm here concerning this matter as a third-party intervener, appearing as authorized representative for my client. Now, accept for value in return for value all of the charging instruments in this matter and make my exemption available for discharge of all obligations and charges connected with this case. I do not dispute any of the facts in the charging instruments and would like to now reserve my rights if I may.
Mr. Brooks, you just interrupted me within a minute of us starting this case here today.
And we will now interrupt poor Judge Doro to unpack the meaning of Brooks's declaration, with the caveat that there is a limit to how much you can make sense of nonsense.
What?
With the first line, Brooks is
I thought I was
essentially
being stupid for a
distinguishing
second.
himself, the human being
But I was
standing
like,
in court,
what?
from the party named by the state in their filings. It's not that he's literally claiming
He's
to
making
be a
me
different
question
physical being
my
in the
smartness.
same way that Daryl Brooks is a different physical being from Jennifer Doro, for instance. But he is claiming
You're completely
to be a
right to be
different legal
confused.
entity than the Daryl Brooks that carried out the parade attack. To try and clarify that a touch, let's move on to the second line.
Okay. I was like, okay, he's trying to say like, oh, he's not, you know, when he's representing himself, he's not himself. He's like, you know, the representative. And then he kept talking, and I was like, what? Like, what? I was like, you accept the charging instruments? Like, what do you mean?
Accept for value is a phrase you normally hear from sovereign citizens when they're trying to get out of paying their taxes. Now a bit of a detour here, but stay with us. Sovereigns believe they all have $1 million sitting in a secret bank account under care
My
of the
order's here. My food's here. 1 second. More Gabriella. Okay. Unfortunately, I do have a cutoff at 4 o'clock, but we only have like 15 more minutes to watch this nonsense. This whole nonsense. I'm gonna mute to eat a bit. But oh my god, this is crazy. Oh my god, this is actually wild.
US Treasury. They also believe the names on their birth certificates are invalid and refer to said names as a quote, straw man. Now that birth certificate is of significant value to the state as it essentially functions as a deed to your person, i.e. you, or your straw man, are property of the United States, who can then use you as collateral to collect loans from the World Bank, hence the $1 million allocated to every straw man.
You get the idea. Honestly, watch it in your free time or something. It's a wild ride.
The government to do
I
their
probably
government things.
I'll
That
finish
is,
watching it in my
unless
free
you
time.
clue on to all of
But
this
oh
and
my
figure out
goodness,
how to
it's
claim your
crazy.
sovereignty as a living, breathing human being of the land. Now if the IRS send you an unwelcome collection notice, you can respond by simply writing accepted for value on the tax bill, and they will have to begrudgingly take the owed amount out of the secret straw man account instead of robbing you, the living, breathing human being, of your hard-earned money. And no, this has never worked. So back to Brooks.
Oh
The
God.
phrase accept for value has seldom been used by a sovereign.
Okay. Honestly, I'll finish watching it on my own time. But as an introductory, that's crazy. That's a crazy video. You were right. It is a wild ride. Completely right. Damn. I just like I think like the objection with the sign is crazy, right? But the thing I think that got me the most was just the fact that he asked what is like why is the state of Wisconsin a plaintiff? Like that alone like set the whole tone of the video. Also keep an eye on your sushi. A certain cat might try to steal some. Nah, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. Oh my god, they gave me so much. Oh my god, they gave me so much. have too much food. I was hungry, but damn. There's a moment later where the judge goes, if you're gonna object, why not cite case law to back up your point? And he's like, I'm supposed to know, just know case law? Like, it's almost like that's what lawyers are for. Yeah, the attorneys that you discharged knew the case law, my guy. What are you talking about? Like a bag of Takis on the shit. On the shit. What is he saying? Sovereign citizens is crazy. I did not know that was a subgenre of people. Good to know going forward. Oh my god, so much food. Mm. Mm. Wait, it's so good. Sushi is the best. I love sushi. Got a sushi roll and just it's called hibachi. I know it's not actually hibachi, but it's just like fried rice and chicken and vegetables. Delicious. So good. So simple. So good. And a shrimp tempura roll. All I need in life, honestly. Eh. Hour 15, I think, is pretty good. For a day, I don't have much time at all. So sorry I'm going to end really early, but tomorrow we'll be back. Tomorrow will be a game. I don't know which game. It could be Honkai, it could be Persona. Because honestly, we're pretty, like, the boss fights, like, we're in a good part of the story. Whatever I'm feeling more. So, but thanks for coming by. Super short stream. Big plot next time on Persona. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I might want to plot. I might want the plot. I guess. I might want the plot. A joke, a joke. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. Hey, you already done with day 4? Look at you go. Yeah. Let's not speak too early. Let's get to like week 1 done. So, bye bye. This VOD will probably be a little later to go up on YouTube. Probably later tonight.